Daniel Phillips says, what games do you want for American Squid Games? Ooh, I thought long and hard about this. Okay, so for one, all right, let's bring these up. I guess I can maybe do this a segment on the channel. All right, so for one, American Squid games. Okay, I think you got to do hopscotch. How do you spell hopscotch? I think you do hopscotch. And remember, they always like deathify these. So the basic idea of the game is there, but you deathify it, right? So you do hopscotch where you do it like this, but I think you set it like 30 feet in the air, and each hopscotch point is like 2-3 feet apart from each other. So you have to jump on one leg to each point. So you get to the one point, you're again 30 feet in the air with just that square, and you have to jump to the next point, land, and jump and jump and jump, right? I think you gotta do that. I think that'd be cool, kind of similar, because they do a lot of games like that in the couple Squid games where you're like high up in the air and you have to jump rope or whatnot. Okay, you do that. I definitely think you do duck, duck, goose. Oh, we all remember Ducky, Ducky, Goose, right? Game where we all sit in a circle, you tap each other's heads, and then, duck, duck, goose. Okay. I honestly think you play this game pretty normally, except you just have the Squid Game soldier off to the side monitoring it with his gun. So this is how you do it. Okay. You're up to go. It's your turn. You're going to duck, duck, goose, right? And so the point of the game, as the ducker, the person who chooses the goose, you have to pick someone you think is slow enough that won't catch you, so you can do a full rotation and sit in their spot. That's how you become safe, right? Okay. So I think that's how you do it. So someone comes in, and that person is going to choose all the old people, all the slow people, the fat people. Probably me will be one of them, hoping that they can outrun them, get to their spot. And if they do get to their spot, that person that didn't catch them, Squid Game dude, shoots them. Spin the bottle, pick the next person to duck, duck, goose. And in the same situation, now let's say someone does beat them and touches them before they get to their spot. Squid Game soldier shoots them in the head, and that person who was chasing gets to stay in the game and sit back down. And then you just keep going like that, and eventually you're just going to end up with two people. I don't know how you end the game after that, or what maybe you keep the circle the same distance the whole time, because if the circle keeps getting smaller, I just don't think that. You got to keep the circle the same size, right? So yeah, I just added the spin the bottle element just to make it a random person each time, because if you're killing, because usually in regular duck, duck, goose, the person who's still standing goes next, but if the Squid Game soldier shoots them, can't really go next, can you? All right, so that's mine. You could do this, or yeah, I see people say musical chairs. You could do that same thinking with musical chairs, right? You could do musical chairs. That's definitely a kid game that a lot of us played. You could do musical chairs. Same basic idea. Person who doesn't get the chair and loses, shot to the face, and we just keep going until there's like two people left, right? But this is like got to be a game you play at the end, because these are games where it's always like one person left. Unless they divide it into groups. I guess that's how they would do it, right? It's like get into groups of 6, and then like out of the 100, you close off, and then you have different groups all playing, and then the one survivor from each group. And it would also be one of those effed up games, because you're thinking, all right, get in groups of 6. So you're purposely picking skilled people, athletic people, smart people, but you're not realizing you're actually picking your own teammates you're going to have to fight against. It could do something there. Red light, green light is a game that we play in America, so you could do red light, green light again, but I'm just like, let's do more new things. I was so mad at the end of Squid Game season 3, how they had the the person that's meant to go find the recruiters for the game. They were playing a game we don't even play in America, that little pong throw game. They should have been playing rock, paper, scissors, or I don't know, something else. That was dumb. I hope they don't throw in too many Squid Games into it and they keep it American games, because that's all the point and fun, right? I'm trying. Oh, that's a good one. I see some people saying egg drop. Egg drop, dude. That would be interesting. No, egg toss, not egg drop. Egg toss. That would be fun. So egg toss game is a game that we sometimes play in America here, where you get an egg, you pick a partner, and you throw an egg. And every time you throw an egg, you're supposed to step further and further and further and further back until you eventually get to such a further point. When you throw it, it's either so much momentum, by the time they catch it, it pops, or they just don't catch it at all. That could be another fun game. You drop your egg, you die. Maybe they should do it with a grenade. Oh, could you imagine that? They throwing grenades at each other. They could have it timed. Like they could be hot potato. Look at me getting so excited about thinking the death of people. They could blow up and die for millions of, yes. Number one Mr. Beast viewer here. That's what they should be doing. Someone said, you good? You good? Grenades. You could play hot potato with a grenade, right? And pass it around. And hey, you have that thing clicked. And so you passing it around, throwing it around, and person last with it, blow it up. There you go. So that would be something they could do. Let me see. I like some of these suggestions from some of you guys because these are fun. And tag could be interesting. You know, it could be like freeze tag. Tag is like there we go. Sorry. Tag game. You could do tag. I wonder if you do like freeze tag. I remember that was a thing, and you're not allowed to move or you're out. Or I think a game like this where you have the little flags on you because there's like flag football and that stuff like that. You could do that. Battleship, I guess, but those are more board games. No, we're trying to think of more like just games you would play on the playground, have fun and whatnot. I know some said Red Rover. I'll be honest, I know of that game, but I've never played it, so I don't even know how Red Rover works. What how does how to play? I'm about to learn how to play Red Rover as a grown man. Each team holds hands, form cross the lines to play each other. The team goes first, deciding on a player that will call over to their team. Once the player is decided, Red Rover, send 3C films right over. They fill in the blank. The player will call and run to the other team. Oh, so you have to break through the team's wall? That sounds kind of dangerous. Oh, speaking of dangerous games I wasn't allowed to play, I got in trouble for this when I was a after school teacher. Dodgeball. Oh, dude, the little kids love playing dodgeball. They always were like, Mr. Chris, want to play dodgeball? We want to play dodgeball. And me as an idiot, like, yeah, let's do it. Every time it would end with a kid crying. Every time, to the point I got in trouble and was like, you can't let them play dodgeball anymore, Chris. They asked for it, done. Always a kid who cries in dodgeball, but dodgeball was fun. This would be an interesting one. I wonder how they would killify it or deathify it, right? Do you like play dodgeball with spike balls, right? So you like throw a ball and once it touches somebody, a spike comes out and it's like, right? Or I just don't want it to keep being the thing where it's the regular game, but a Squid Game soldier stands off to the side ready with a gun to shoot them if they're out, you know? So, but I think dodgeball would definitely have to be one because that, yeah, it was like some sort of bombs or some sticky grenades. Some people said sticky grenades could be funny. Yeah, sticky grenades could work. Either way though, 3-leg race that could work. Didn't they kind of do that though in Squid Games? They had to do different obstacles. But yeah, I can't wait to see. We'll find out soon what these games are. But yeah, you guys let me know what's up. The floor is lava is definitely also one of them, and they could probably also make an actual floor of lava. Floor is lava. That could definitely be a game. I could see that happening. Maybe they have the money for like, I don't make it would probably be acid. Because I think it'd be really hard to just have lava in a room. So it'd be like the floor is lava, but hey, it's acid. And you just pushing people, throwing people, something like it could be floor is lava and tag all in one. Just go crazy with it, right? Simon says, I guess you could do Simon Says. I don't know. Gorilla Tag. What were you playing, buddy? What's Gorilla Tag? I've never heard of that. A gorilla versus 100 men. Let's have that as a Squid Game. You guys let me know. This was fun to think about. Thank you for the question, Daniel.